not special. Don't be afflicted by their fiction, come and get on my level. They say the world's a globe, but the evidence doesn't cut it. They just give us cartoon pictures and everyone seems to love it. But the earth's a level plane, whether or not you want it. Take a look and do your research, I bet that you can't debunk it. 23 billion bucks, that's a hell of a fucking budget. Just to lie to everyone and successfully fool the public. If you wanna break away from your destiny as a puppet, then research flat earth, but don't be upset when you can't debunk it.
Long before the theory of gravity was a glimmer in Newton's imagination, the natural physics of density and buoyancy already perfectly explained why apples fall down. Objects fall or rise based on their relative density to the medium surrounding them. Apples fall because they are denser than the air, while helium balloons rise because they are lighter.
No gravity necessary.
This is why raindrops fall down through the air and air bubbles rise up through water. Everything seeks its relative density and rises or falls until settling accordingly. This is why a tiny pebble sinks to the bottom of the ocean, but gigantic cruise ships and aircraft carriers stay afloat on the surface. Because even though a pebble is so small, its mass, relative to its volume, its density, is more than water, so it sinks. And even though a cruise ship is so large, its mass, relative to its volume, is less than water, so it floats.
Statki unoszą się na wodzie, ponieważ wyporność.
All our space information is coming from NASA. Werner von Braun was the director of all 6 moon missions, and he's a Is that not a comic book? That's a comic book.
My fellow Samoloths, I am sorry to say I am leaving you to join the elite.
Operation Paperclip.
In the United States of America.
Operation Paperclip. My people in Germany, all they want is freedom and peace.
We want to welcome you to the US of A.
We must divert their
I'm
attention.
going to make so much money. It's crazy. To brainwash a nation, we will need animation.
I want to bring my technology of airplane models.
I want to work with Walt. I want to see the best people.
We need to get the indoctrination started.
If people believe an airplane can go to the moon, we might be able to do it. To brainwash a nation,
I will need help.
we will need animation. Please bring in help. United States of America. Action.
Oh, jeez, who hired these guys?
Jesus Christ, these guys can't act. Bring it up into an airplane. Dark window. You just record the earth from a dark window. Put it on the computer afterwards. People will fall for it. People will fall for it. People must know. And the heavens declare the glory of God and his firmament. Showeth his handiwork.
The people must know.
The people have to know.
We come from this big bang and fluffy puffy pixie fairy dust and unicorn farts, and all of a sudden consciousness just came out of that. No, it was designed. It's not an accident. Everything according to their bogus Darwinian theory of evolution, all of it points to a godless, atheist, demonic, demon-crat lie.
A więc tak, jak nie trudno się domyśleć, mamy tutaj płaskoziemce frakcji religijnej, a z racji tego, że dyskutowanie o religii nie ma sensu, to postaram się wyciągnąć same argumenty. Nasz dyskopata mówi, że życie na Ziemi było zaplanowane. Niech poda dowód. Druga rzecz, również podaj dowód. Jakie masz dowody na to, że teoria ewolucji, układ słoneczny i gwiazdy są kłamstwem? Żadne, bo nie masz żadnych dowodów na to.
NASA is a corporation.
Nie. NASA to agencja rządowa.
Every image you see, image, not photo, every single one of them, all of those are computer-generated images.
Nie. Dużo zdjęć to CGI, które jest bazowane na prawdziwych zdjęciach albo skanach satelitarnych. To jest prawdziwe zdjęcie, a to jest CGI bazowane na prawdziwych zdjęciach.
Zoom up to Venus, zoom up to Mars, and you'll see they are lights. They are stars.
Tego chyba nie muszę komentować.
Hence all the intelligent pre-Copernican astrologers, Ptolemaic astrologers like myself, taught that all the planets are wandering stars. Just as the Egyptians said, just as the Greeks and the Mayans and the Aztecs said.
Czyli ten człowiek nazywa się astronomem i uważa to, co powiedzieli Majowie, Aztekowie i że to dalej aktualne i prawdziwe. Okej?
Bo Ziemia krąży jeszcze przecież dookoła Słońca i
Flying at breakneck.
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
We're supposed to be traveling at, get this number in your head, 66,600 mile an hour. 666. That's how fast the Earth is orbiting.
Coś nie wyszło.
That's why we have a horizon, because it's horizontal. That's why we have sea level, because the sea is level.
Poziom morza służy do mierzenia wysokości.
As soon as flat earthers found out about P900 cameras that are made by Nikon, where they can zoom in times 80, I think, and what's going on is like, you can see a boat disappear with your naked eye, and that used to be proof alone, that used to be proof for the curvature of the earth. But now, you can watch the boat disappear with your naked eye, and then you could pull up this camera and you could zoom in on the boat that you just watched disappear, and you could bring it right back into full view, perfectly visible. It's crazy. There's no camera tricks, there's no illusions involved.
Muszę cię zmartwić o DDTV. To, co pokazujesz w tym ujęciu, to zjawisko ekstremalne zwane miraż. Nie ten miraż. Miraż powstaje, gdy światło jest zakrzywione przez różne temperatury powietrza. Miraż może zdarzyć się tylko bardzo blisko linii horyzontu. Pokazuje się łódkę, która jest na wodzie i nagle pod tą wodą przelatuje ptak.
I got mad love for all the flat earthers, man. Since day one, everybody's been doing their part, putting in work, and just picking up where they're finding slack, they'll pick it up, you know what I mean? Like, there's no spot in flat earth that is not covered. They're covering their zone, their quadrant, and they're just taking care of business, man. And if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for all of us, we wouldn't be where we're at with this flat earth thing, man. They wouldn't be so scared. They wouldn't be trying to cover it up at every turn and stop it everywhere we look. Each and every single flat earther out there has played their part. And we wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't be heavily censored. They wouldn't be scared to debate us. They wouldn't be trying to censor us at every turn if it wasn't for you guys and you wonderful women exposing flat earth with all your might, all your power. All the glory to God. What a wonderful world we live on.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Do tego, że tylko dla mnie to brzmi: dziękuję wam wszyscy płaskoziemcy. Gdyby nie wy, to nie bylibyśmy tu, gdzie jesteśmy. Jeśli nie wierzysz, dołącz do nas. OGTV.
We never feel the plane dipping its nose down. We only feel the landing. Which flight route matches reality in your mind? If you chose the left, you may need medical attention. From the documents to the imagery, they are not flying around a curve heading to outer space. They are flying over a stationary, flat plane. Stop falling for the illusions. Every rocket goes up and then levels out. Most of NASA's rockets launch from Florida and head towards the Bermuda Triangle.
Rakiety wyrównują swój poziom, ponieważ dążą do wejścia na orbitę. Jakby rakieta poleciała prosto do góry, to by się w niej skończyło paliwo i by spadło na ziemię.
But let me guess, you saw the curvature in the images from satellites. The thousands of magical orbiting aluminum tin cans floating in space. It's all animation and games until one comes crashing down on your squad.
To jak to jest? Satelity nie istnieją, to wszystko to jest CGI, ale mogą ci się rozbić na podwórku.
It's not that they wouldn't use the magical floating satellites if they could. It's that they don't physically exist.
Jakie masz na to dowody, Eric Dubey? Podaj dowody, że satelity nie istnieją.
Just think for a second here. If these are sent up to provide the world with all of the important information we need, and I'm sure the entire process is expensive and difficult to accomplish, then please explain to me what in the flat world do these pathetic animations do for you? Do they make you happy inside? Are they so super duper cool that you cannot see past the obvious CGI?
To jest CGI, to nie jest CGI. Czy tak ciężko to rozróżnić? Eric Dubey chyba myśli, że każda osoba, która wierzy w kulistą ziemię, uważa, że to nie jest animacją.
An area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being.
Since late 2014, one of the biggest things I've heard, the Earth is flat. Why don't you find the edge and fall off? Why don't you make up an expedition and gather people and go find the edge and take a picture of the edge? Well, my response is, can you fall off the edge of a lake, a pond, an ocean? Let's see if you have any imagination left in that brain of yours. And pretend this is all the water in the world. This is the 71% covered earth-filled pond. All the water of the world. So let's just say this is trillions upon trillions upon trillions of gallons. You've got the continents, the islands in the middle. In the center where all compasses point, you can circumnavigate, circle the lake or the pond left or right. But as you venture outwards towards the banks, towards outer space, what happens? Once you pass that 60th degree parallel and you hit the ice wall, the ice cliff of Antarctica, what happens? Do you fall off the edge? Is there an edge here?
Teoria płaskiej ziemi zakłada, że albo są nowe niezbadane lądy, albo że jest kopuła i można se spaść. Jak jesteś przy tym wielkim klifie Antarktydy, to masz się wspiąć po tym klifie, po tej ścianie i iść dalej, aż dotrzesz do krawędzi dysku, albo kopuły, albo tych nowych niezbadanych lądów. Czy to takie trudne?
And debate Eric Dubey. You've heard the name Eric Dubey, but you're scared, you're chicken. You won't debate Eric Dubey because you don't have a script and lines and people telling you what to say. You know you'll get demolished. Why don't you just come on a podcast or any type of show, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe an hour, if you've got the and debate Eric Dubey.
Chętnie. Zapraszam na Discorda.
You already agreed to debate me on Joe Rogan's podcast. The show was scheduled, posted on Joe's site, announced on air twice, and then you suddenly decided that you, quote, don't debate flat earthers. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Someone at NASA told Neil, we're not going to let you go head to head with Eric Dubey because he'll make you look foolish. Prove me wrong.
Dotarliśmy do końca tego ścieku umysłowego. Zapraszam na inne filmy. I dopóki Eric Dubey nie wrzuci potomnego gówna, to nie Debunked. ILE?!
Letting people know the earth is flat, end of discussion. Dave Murphy is your teacher, boy, class is in session. And Eddie Bravo's in this bitch to teach her, this is a lesson. Tanner Stewart's in the house, he's gonna show you the ropes. He's gonna school you on how NASA's just a joke and a hoax. Let me introduce you to the rest of my posse. We got Johnny G and Papa and Santos Bonacci. We're at the core of the resistance and we'll never obey. And there's my brother from another mother, Eric Dubey. If he debates